Located near Pilot Rock, nestled in the Blue Mountain Range of Oregon, is the Cable Creek Ranch. Part of Umatilla County, this area was first surveyed by Lewis and Clark as they followed the Oregon Trail. Umatilla is a Native American term meaning rippling water, or water rippling over sand. The gold rush of 1862 brought miners and cattle operators to the region. Eventually, the railroad followed in 1881, which opened the area up to even greater farming and ranching opportunities for the early settlers. The fertile ground of Umatilla County meant that agriculture was king from the start. Cable Creek is deeply rooted in the glory days of Oregon's ranching and sheep history. The total number of sheep and cattle during this heyday is difficult to estimate, but historians say individual livestock numbered over 1 million. Ranchers from eastern Oregon drove their flocks into the higher altitude pastures of the Cascades and Blue Mountains. The livestock business was a critical part of Oregon's history and was the primary way that Euro-Americans were able to survive in this new and wild part of the country. This same area is now known worldwide for being the home of the Pendleton Roundup, located only a half hour to the north of Cable Creek Ranch.
Hi, I'm Garrett Zoller. Welcome to the Cable Creek Ranch. My business partner and I, Tim O'Neill, are one of the founders of Land Leader. This 34,500 deeded acre cattle ranch is nestled in the Blue Mountain Range of Northeast Oregon. Bordered on two sides by the U.S. Forest Service, this ranch is undoubtedly affected by the warm Pacific storms that march up the Columbia River Gorge, providing a much longer growing season than most of eastern Oregon and other areas in the region. In conjunction with the 27,000 acre adjoining U.S. Forest Service allotment, this ranch is traditionally maintained 500 mother cows, 1,500 plus minus yearlings, 300 feedlot, and 450 bred heifers annually. It's not uncommon to only have to dry feed for 3 to 4 months a year. The ranch is actually sectioned into two parcels by design. The northern parcel, known as the Butter Creek parcel, is actually south-facing slopes, allowing turnouts as early as April. While the southern portion of the ranch, the Ukiah area, is a higher elevation and north-facing slopes that also has an out-of-the-gate turnout to the U.S. Forest Service allotment of 27,000 acres, allowing a much longer graze season until late in the fall.
Access to public lands or open range for cattle and stock grazing has been a center of conflict in America's history across the West. When Congress established the forest reserves in the 1890s and the National Forest System in 1905, it essentially ended new homestead filings and limited grazing on public lands. As a result, fewer sheep and cattle were grazed in the mountains. Lower elevation ranches were the best option for all farming and ranching, but space and water were limited. Throughout the American West, periodic conflicts over grazing and use of public lands were called range wars. Many times, these disagreements began between cattle ranchers and sheep farms competing for pasture land. In order to give everyone a fair chance at public resources, the Bureau of Land Management, formerly known as the GLO, or General Land Office, began issuing leases to adjacent landowners after a lengthy court battle with the railroads ended in 1913.
Improvements on this property offer 8 different homes, a manager's home, a guest quarters, a guest home, cowboys quarters, multiple homes on different tax lots around the property, a 5,000-foot long runway, 500 miles of fencing, multiple storage units, shops, barns, hay storage. There's a lot of improvements with this property. There's a lengthy list of equipment that's available outside of escrow. This ranch has actually been impeccably maintained. The equipment's all in good shape, the fencing's in great shape. Another attribute to the ranch is that there's no public access to the ranch. It's very private and secluded. It's unencumbered by easements. It doesn't allow access for people to be driving through it. It's very secure. There's live water on each tract of the property, plenty for livestock. We're in the middle of June and there's unbelievable forage that's green, plenty of feed for this time of year. Land and Wildlife was founded in 2008. We currently operate in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, We specialize in farm, ranch, and rural properties. We currently have about 30 brokers that are spread out throughout the Pacific Northwest, specializing in the type of properties that we focus on. Anybody can get a real estate license. That can be taught pretty easily. But having that passion for the outdoors, growing up in the outdoors, camping, fishing, hunting, that just can't be taught. We have foresters that work for us. We have timber fallers that work for us. We have folks that have had a vast background in farming and ranching. Our tagline is that we live the lifestyle we sell, and that's exactly what we intend to do. The wildlife on this property is plentiful and healthy. The ranch provides a multitude of species, everything from black bear, cougar, obviously coyotes and predators, to the most sought after mule deer and white-tailed deer. It hasn't been uncommon for me to see 500 to 1,000 head elk showing this property. It's absolutely breathtaking. Elk are rampant. That's the best I can say. Rubs everywhere. It's thick. There's areas that are open. There's deep canyons. We're standing on a rim today looking down in the canyon and counting elk across the canyon, scattered throughout the timber, all the way up to the high mountain ranges above us. And it's not just in certain pockets of the ranch. I've seen them at every location of the ranch at various times of the year. The bulls are healthy. The cows look healthy. We saw several elk today and a lot of calves running around. The whitetail have moved into northeast Oregon over the past few years. Rumor has it that there's some whitetail in this area that are pushing 200 inches. Hard to believe, but there's some really nice whitetail in this area. Obviously, mule deer have always been strong in northeast Oregon. There's potential for outfitter income. LLP tags actually come with the property, so it has an exceptional recreational value. There's as many as 14 different landowner preference tags available with this purchase. That's for each species, elk and deer. The timber section of Ukiah provides an outstanding opportunity for archery season. The ranch is unique because it offers a multitude of terrain, climates, and elevations. Everything from vast open rangelands and rock outcroppings to high mountain meadows, streams, and lakes with timber-covered hills. I actually have a spreadsheet, and we've done a lot of research. The Cable Creek Ranch is priced very, very well. We've gone through the research to pull up the assessor sales, recent assessor sales over the last couple of years. It's a lot of acreage and it's a lot of money, but price per acre, it's going to be really hard to beat. I think finding a property that will maintain this many cattle and provide the recreational opportunity that Cable Creek provides is going to be extremely difficult to beat anywhere in the West. And I invite you to take a look at it. It's a very well packaged property.
Cable Creek Ranch is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be part of the rich ranching history in Oregon. This working cattle operation is completely turnkey and ready for new ownership. The vast array of homes, outbuildings, and infrastructure make this property truly unique. The opportunities for recreation and time with a family are endless. For more information on this or other properties in the Great Northwest, contact the team at Land and Wildlife today.